Hey Phyllis.
Hey Meg.
And hey audience, I'm Meg, and if you're here, you know I'm a licensed massage therapist here in Herndon, Virginia. Phyllis is here to help me kind of demo today a few massage moves that will happen that are right here when we're right here in my massage studio. So thanks for helping out, Phyllis. All right, so we're gonna have Phyllis lay down here. And Phyllis wanted some TLC on her legs today, but she needs to go back to the office. So one of the really important things to remember is that, massage does not mean that, you have to be unclothed. So we are going to be working today with Phyllis as she's clothed. We're going to open up that hip a little bit. We're going to have some nice work on her legs, around her IT band area, up into her hip area, and just kind of open everything up a little bit, okay? So right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of adding some movement to her leg and to her hip area, making sure that the body understands that it's able to move in these directions that we maybe don't move in day-to-day life, right? And add a little bit of a hip opener here, okay? So once everything's warmed up, now for today's purposes, I'm just using my hands to warm everything up. But we've worked before in the past in other videos that you can see with the Mother Earth flax pillows. And those are actually warmed either in the towel cabinet or in a microwave, and we'll add some additional heat as well. So now that everything's heated up, Phyllis, that feels all nice and warm and loose. And now we're just gonna go ahead and pick up her leg. So I'm gonna make sure I support her underneath her knee. We're gonna do a little bit of assisted stretching, okay? So we do a nice deep breath in, and then as she breathes out, I should say, we're just gonna give her a little bit of a stretch. Everything we do is gonna be within her normal stretch and her normal resistance. So I am not gonna be pushing beyond her threshold. The body would not be happy with me in that case, and that's when you get that pain the next day that doesn't really feel so good, right? So this all feels good for you and comfortable? Great. And you'll notice each time we go into the stretch, we tend to get a little bit further. We can also distract the body a little bit to see if we can get a little further. So where I'm tapping right here, go ahead and give me some pressure against my hand. 2, 1, and release. And then we can see we can get a little bit further. This is all still within her body's normal realm, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is have her place her foot just right over here. Phyllis enjoys to work on her IT band a little bit. And so IT band is really strong. We're not really gonna stretch it out, but we're gonna give that feeling of a nice little stretch. So what we're doing is we're just bending internally, and as we're rotating internally, just giving a nice little stretch down that IT band, all the way down up and into what we call the TFL, the tensor fascia lata. So it sounds like a drink at your favorite coffee shop, but it is not. It's actually the muscle that's right at the top of the IT band, which is the iliotibial band. Okay? Now, some people like a little bit of heat and a little bit of friction, so we can go ahead and just give some friction to that area with our hands. We can also do a stretch with some friction as well. You notice these are all like lighter movements that are making larger impacts. So the next thing we're gonna do, we wanna get a little bit of extra stretch into this hip area and open up this hip area a little bit. So adduction and abduction, which just simply means adduction, think adding to the body, abduction, think abducting, right? So taking away from the body. And so I'm gonna make Phyllis work a little bit here. Can you scoot a little bit more towards me? She shimmies so much more nicely than I do when I'm told. And we're just gonna hang that leg off of the table. Is that comfortable for you? Not too much of a stretch. Those are the conversations we want to have continuously. We want to make sure that everything we do is within the client's comfort zone. So this does feel like a good stretch, but is comfortable for you. And then we're going to do the same work that we would do before. I'm going to get her hand out of the way. And again, just giving it a nice little stretch. You feel that? Okay, that's great. Now, as we're working, listen, it's massage. So sometimes I'm in your personal space, right? But if you're uncomfortable with my touch at any time, Phyllis or anybody who's in the studio is going to let me know, and we're going to make adjustments accordingly. Okay? So that was so quick and so simple, but does that feel a little bit more open for you now? Yeah, so Phyllis let us know, because she's not mic'd, so in case you didn't hear that, she let us know that the hip feels a little bit more open. We're going to go ahead and come up one more time and just do one final stretch to one shoulder. Nice deep breath in as we breathe out. Nice stretch to the other. A little bit of a twist if she can tolerate it, which she can. And we are all set. So we'll be showcasing in some other videos some side lying moves that will also open up the hip and also help with the quads and the hamstrings. And then we'll be doing somewhere you're face down, and we're working to do some stretches that way as well. So we'll see you next time. Phyllis, thanks for being my model today.